Are smartphones slowing us down? That's this 5-minute topic on the Geek Smack Review. You know, you've seen it before. You're running to get to a destination, maybe you're going to your next flight, you're walking the street to get to your next meeting. You run into someone that's looking down at their smartphone and basically oblivious to the world and slowing everybody down. You'd like to curse at them, but you know you do it yourself every now and then. As technology increases and we start looking down, our smartphones slowing us down. So I just read an interesting article on Dineability.com. A popular New York restaurant noticed the service to be slow. They decided to bring in a group to find out why. Now, the group reviewed surveillance systems and noticed a trend that not made their server slow, but the customer slower. The group had the restaurant pull tapes from about 10 years prior to prove the problem. And they found out that the customer was slowing down the process because the first thing they did when they got to the restaurant was pulled out their smartphone. Some would even take the server's time because they couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi. Others just simply were tweeting, emailing, reading that funny Facebook post, or whatever with their device. It makes me wonder what other things slowed us down because of our smartphone. I'm reminded of a breakup with an old girlfriend. Now, this actually happened pre-smartphone days. I have to admit, I was the one getting dumped on the situation, and it did hurt. But what was more interesting was when she left the house, she got in the car, opened up her phone, and texted. She was sitting in the car for about 15 minutes before leaving the heartbreaking scene. All this time, I was befuddled as to why she was still out there. Did she have a change of heart? Was she crying? No. She was probably texting her friends, or maybe even her next new boyfriend. Do we slow down our lives with this mobile device? You know, there's a popular meme out there. In case of fire, please exit the building before tweeting about it. Was there a case where somebody did tweet trying to exit a burning building? Did they cause someone to not get out of that building? There have been multiple studies on how smartphone use causes sleep deprivation. This leads to major health issues, not to mention getting less sleep over being late to work the next morning. As an IT manager in previous life, I have faced these issues with online addictions. I remember sitting people down who just got internet connections and tried to help them understand how this hurts their performance. Even back in 2000, we had employees that took longer to finish projects because they were deprived of sleep and couldn't focus because of their addiction, maybe even thinking of a game or a program that they were doing online. And we haven't even touched the bathroom issue yet. Do you take more time taking care of your business just because you pulled out your phone to take care of business? I wonder how many games of Candy Crush, how many emails, how many Facebook posts or tweets were made while sitting on the royal throne. It brings me back to the days where my dad would spend a lot of time with the newspaper in hand on the toilet. Even back then, there were studies saying sitting on the pot too long could cause hemorrhoids, leg circulation problems, inflame any back issues, or more. Worst yet, if there was only one bathroom in the house and somebody else had to go, they'd have to wait longer to do it. Try this. Put up a stopwatch in the bathroom and record your times. Half of them bring the phone in with you, then the other half without. See what the stopwatch says when you sit down to when you flush. In the long run, we sometimes do need to slow down. Unfortunately, this trend might not be the best way to achieve that goal. Smartphones are meant to be helpful, not hindering. So maybe keep the phone in the pocket until the food is ordered, the meeting is over, and the business is done. This is Jeffrey Powers with the Geek Smack Review 5-minute review. If you've got a topic that you want me to talk about, let me know. Tweet me over at Geekazine, think magazine, put in a geek, or geekazine@gmail.com.